with my number one selection, or number one running back, I'll say, I have Najee Harris, formerly out of Alabama, now on Pittsburgh. He was picked 24th overall in the first round, so the 24th overall selection. I really like him as a player. I think he's a patient runner. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Le'Veon Bell, which is probably why Pittsburgh took him so high, because they can kind of get another Le'Veon Bell type player. But unfortunately, there are some issues, and you'll find that with each of these teams where the running back situation just isn't a slam dunk thing. So we'll start with the offensive line. They were 17th at the end of last season, according to PFF, which is solid. But when you factor in the fact that they lost a few pieces on the O-line, more specifically like their starting left tackle, Alejandro Villanueva, it's going to be a little bit hard for them to make up for that production, for that solid player that they lost. Also, if you look on the line below, you'll see they were 69th, or they have a 69% team run block win rate, which was 24th among 32 teams, according to ESPN. That's not all that great, to be honest with you. And especially, like I said, the O-line is going to be a little worse this year. They did draft 2 rookies in the 3rd and 4th round, but once you get to that late in the draft, they're more projects than anything special. So it might be a little rough for this Pittsburgh team going forward, and specifically Najee Harris. If you also add into the mix that they lost some pieces on defense, they lost Bud Dupree, they lost 2 starting cornerbacks, so they might actually be trailing a little bit more. That defense might not be as solid. Less touches for Najee Harris, but he should get involved somewhat in the passing game. And you can see that the offense there, a solid offense. The only problem I have, and I'll get to the main concerns right now, besides O-line, is quarterback. Big Ben's getting older. He's not in his prime, and I'm not even sure he can play a full season, like 100%. You know, we saw that with Drew Brees, where he was kind of slowing down at the end of each season. And actually, the 1 year a few years ago when he busted up his thumb, I think that was actually good for him because it allowed his arm to rest, and he was better for the postseason. But also, I feel like Pittsburgh took a New York Giants approach to this. And I'll explain what I mean. So in 2018, Dave Gettleman and the New York Giants took a running back, Saquon Barkley, 2nd overall, to try to preserve Eli Manning's career. In the time, it seemed like a very good pick, but now looking back on it, they made a mistake. They should have traded back or taken Quentin Nelson, the guard out of Notre Dame, who is now the best left guard in the game, and drafted Nick Chubb in the top of the 2nd round, who was actually still available at their pick. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry about that. And that would have been better long-term for the team, because taking a running back that high overall just more than not isn't worth it, especially in the league that we're in now. And I feel like Pittsburgh did the same thing, trying to preserve Big Ben's career by getting him a running back, trying to avoid addressing O-line, trying to cover up the O-line deficiency. And that's just never the right thing to do. So they should have drafted O-line, even if it was a little bit of a reach, or maybe gone for another position, one that's more valuable, not like a dying one like running back. So I don't necessarily agree with the pick, but we're not here to try to redraft the draft. We're just here taking what they gave us, and I have Najee Harris as my number 1. It was really close between 1 and 2, but I really like that he's the number 1 guy there. They like him comparing to Le'Veon Bell, which is really nice. So I have Najee Harris as my number 1 rookie running back.
It feels right.